Hello and welcome once again to the Forward Compatible Podcast. This is episode 126.
Is it?
It is. It is. We're going to keep going numerically for July 13th, 2014. My name's Tony. I'm joined, as always, by my fellow podcasters, Mozzie's, Jason, and Mark. Howdy, everyone.
I go on vacation, you can't even put out a freaking show.
It was a rough weekend last weekend, this guy.
Yeah, okay.
His fault.
We agreed not to talk about it.
So let's kick off the show with our bi-weekly roundtable. What you guys been playing the last 2 weeks?
Last 2 weeks, I went on vacation, so I was on my Vita most of the time. I did Doki Doki Universe, which I actually like because that came free to PlayStation Plus. And along with that, I did some Persona 4, and I forget what the other free game for Vita was. I did that for a little bit. I was like, man.
I don't remember.
I don't know, it's not on my thingy.
It's on your thingy.
It's not my thingy.
That's all that matters, sir.
And then when I got back, I did World of Tanks because I haven't played in, I don't know, I haven't got a good game session of that in, I don't know, a few months. So, that was about it.
I've been playing Anteater, old arcade game. Right now we're in the middle of this like Battle of the Arcade forum thing, where the Gallican Ghost Arcade is competing against these other arcades online. And there's like 20 different games, and the game I'm designated in playing is Anteater. It's like a classic arcade game.
Do they have that at the Ghost?
No, they don't. They have it's 20 games that we're playing, and like the Gallican Ghost has like 11 of them, and then the other ones, unfortunately, we have to resort to one of my least favorite things in the world,
You're maiming?
or maiming.
Oh, boo. Mas,
Yeah.
what happened to you, man? It's only been a couple weeks.
I know.
Now you're a maimer?
Oh no.
No.
I'm playing maim. I'm not a maimer.
He's
There's
No.
No.
Might as well just legally change your name to Mame.
Mamesis?
Might as well.
Mamesis.
Yes.
Once you
It's a sad state
step
of
into
affairs,
the
gentlemen.
pool, you can't step back out. You're going for a swim in the main world.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel dirty. I feel really, really dirty. Well, it's only because they don't have it there. That's the only reason. And it's a competition.
Mhm.
And you need 5 people to play.
Sounds like a pretty common excuse.
That's what I hear from everybody.
I think
who
that's
says
the way that the MAME argument, they defeated you with it.
I'm just saying every single person that has ever played Anteater blamed it on them not having it.
Yep.
You know what I
It's
mean?
only available
Every
in
single one.
4 arcades, I think. In the
So
country.
that's the second thing.
Obviously,
that's their
you need to
rebuttal.
go to a different arcade.
That's the common rebuttal. Oh, it's only available in 4 places.
Well,
Jesus Christ.
we need to get that.
This is textbook stuff, Moss. Textbook stuff. Or should I call you Mame?
All right. What have you played, Jason?
Well, you're not done. You were streaming last night.
Oh, yes. I'm preparing for the Zelda Dungeon Marathon. So I was playing Oracle of Ages.
Can you officially announce when that is? Have you already?
Yeah, it's Saturday, July 26th.
Oh, geez, that's coming up real quick.
It's 2 weeks from yesterday. Until Wednesday, July 30th.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm playing Oracle of Ages Seasons, Link's Awakening, Legend of Zelda, Adventure of Link, and A Link to the Past. And Phantom Hourglass.
Fucking A.
All the short games, really.
You're doing them all?
Yeah, but Link's Awakening, we're doing a race. Oracle of Ages and Seasons, we're doing a combined race. Do you ever beat Oracle of Seasons, by the way?
Playing it
Okay.
as we speak.
Maybe not.
Yes.
No, that's on.
I'm playing
It's
it.
on a MAME.
It looks like the
It's got a
phone's
name.
Oh,
off.
you're maiming it?
Yeah.
That's an arcade emulator,
Yeah.
so you'd be like Visual Boy Advance playing. Okay. What have you played?
I started Wolf Among Us.
Episode 1?
Yes.
Have you
Nice,
got through
because now
episode
they're all out.
No, not yet. I started it literally last night. So,
And comparing it to Walking Dead, do you like it more or less so far?
well, here's the thing, right? Is like Walking Dead was damn good, but Walking Dead really didn't follow the comics or the TV show,
Yeah.
which is okay. You know that they brought their own story to it, but off the bat, you don't have the connection with the characters. You build it over the course of the game. But with Wolf Among Us, since I read all the comics, like it's just being blasted in the face with fairy tale characters left and right.
Yeah.
So, like, it's like, oh, I know what happens to him in issue 100 and stuff like that. You know, Buffkin becomes a badass in the world of Oz, and you know, oh, Snow White's only an assistant, you know, stuff like that. So, I'm enjoying it more, and also for as much shit as Tony likes to give Telltale, Wolf Among Us does look a little bit more crisp than Walking Dead Season 1.
Okay.
You don't have as much like jagged edges to everything. It looks a little bit more smooth.
My one question for you is, from episode 1, do you know like what issue they started with?
This is a prequel to the beginning of the comic.
Oh, okay.
So it takes place before. I don't know how far before the comic, but it's a prequel to the comic.
Okay, very nice.
Other than that, I guess I'm going to start on my emulator version of Link to the Past, so I can practice for the Zelda Dungeon Marathon
Are you playing
final
that?
race. Yes.
Fucking
We're still working out some stuff, but at one point during the marathon, I'm pretty sure we'll all three be there at the same time, same place.
Oh, I see what you did right there.
I have no clue what I'm talking about. It's great. High five.
High five.
Well, I was pretty sure it wasn't here in Chicago, so I think I know what he meant.
It is here in Chicago.
Oh, someone told me it was down in Mississippi.
That was a year ago.
Yeah.
No,
Last
that's what it was. You know.
As for myself, I finished Walking Dead. Episode 5 came out.
Did it?
Beat the crap out of that. My God, is that game awesome. I cannot wait for someone to beat it because I want to talk to someone about it.
All right. Well, by this time next week, I'll have it done.
Okay, in November.
I didn't know episode
In
5 was
November.
out.
Why November?
That's when it comes out on disc for PS4.
Anyways, I didn't know that episode 5 had come out for season 2. So I want to finish Wolf, and then I'll do that. So I'll have it done this week.
Yeah, it wrapped up very nicely. Season 4 kind of was confusing. Episode 4 was a little confusing how they were leading into it, and I was kind of like, what the fuck? They tied it up so nicely. It was awesome.
Nice little bow on it. How does it, without spoiling anything, how does it compare to season 1?
Of what?
Walking Dead.
Oh, I liked Wolf Among Us better.
Wait,
No, he meant
Season
season
two
Walking
or
Dead,
season
season 1.
you
and
just
2.
finished season 2 of Walking Dead, right?
No, Wolf Among Us.
You said season 2.
It's not out yet.
That's what we were just
Wolf
talking
Among Us is what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Shut the fuck up. God, I'm tired.
You were
Wolf
wrong
Among
for like
Us.
3 straight minutes.
Yeah.
Wolf Among Us is what I'm
Everybody
talking about.
in the world thought you were talking about Walking Dead.
I'm talking about Wolf Among Us.
Okay.
I was also shocked saying that episode 5 for Walking
No.
Dead season 2 came out. I was like,
That's
whatever,
why I
Tony
asked
got-
him. I'm like, it
Tony
came
got
out
access, I
already?
guess.
I'm like, that's why I said I'll do that after I finish Wolf Among Us.
So anyway, this week, let me restart. I played episode 5 of Wolf Among Us. It was awesome. They wrapped it up very nicely. I liked it better than Walking Dead season 1.
Gotcha.
Yeah. We'll go with that.
Okay.
I did some other stuff, but I've been playing them forever. I don't need to talk about it. So. Cool.
Cool. News!
News!
Boobs.
Dirty, sexy, news.
This week, Neversoft unfortunately closed its doors due to the merger with Infinity Ward. If you're not aware, Neversoft was basically the originators of the Tony Hawk series, and more recently did the Guitar Hero. I don't know if they really summed up between them. Anyway, so basically,
They also made the best Spider-Man game ever made.
which was the
On PS
2.
1 or 2? 1.
2.
2. Was Spider-Man 1 you're talking about, right?
I don't remember. Yeah. Awesome Spider-Man game, though.
The one with Bruce Campbell doing the narration for the tutorial.
They have a really cool emblem. They had that eye with the thingy going through.
The eye with
Yeah.
the spike through it, yeah.
The nail, yeah.
Yeah. And then their last thing is when they were in the parking lot before everyone said bye, was they burned the logo and they filmed it. So,
Really?
yeah.
So now what happened to them? They merged with...
They merged with Infinity Ward.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I mean,
is Tony Hawk going to be an unlockable character in the next Call of Duty?
Well,
then?
we were talking about this. It's going to be actually a part of Call of Duty. You're going to play guitar, And eventually, when you kill the boss with your mad guitaring skills, you're gonna skateboard down the ramp, and you have to do a
900?
flip, kick,
Mix
twist.
That might be a Call of Duty I would play.
I think Tony Hawk himself should be the villain.
No,
Yes.
it was PlayStation 1. I told you, fuckers.
I think that'd be nice.
Dick.
Move over, Kevin Spacey.
Ooh, and they made Gun.
Gun was actually awesome.
Gun was awesome.
That was a great western. Yes.
That's sad. Piece of my teenage years just died.
Play some fucking Goldfinger for you.
Yeah.
Superman. Just the 2-minute version.
Yeah.
That's on the Pizza Hut demo. Not the
I'll,
full song, just the 2-minute version.
I'll name Tony Hawk.
Yeah, you will.
There you go. More news!
More news!
PlayStation this week was having kind of a few talks. I know there was Mark Cherney at one point talking about his next game, which is going to be some indie game, and people are like, it's going to be Knack 2! And I'm pretty sure
Yes!
that's
Knack 2!
Knack 2 announced. I'm just kidding.
Knack 2 confirmed!
Burnt. Holiday release AAA.
Oh,
Besides
man.
that, they had a bunch of news where at one point the actual PlayStation 4 was going to come out with no hard drive. Well, no, it would have been a flash memory hard drive and only 4 gigs of RAM, actually. Also, from what Mark Cherney was actually saying in an interview.
Cerny.
Cerny? I would do Cherney. I don't know why.
There's no H.
I'm sleepy. I need caffeine. Anywho, they have
Have a nice nap on the
basically from going between the 4 gig to the 8 gigs cost Sony an extra $1 billion just by doing that one.
$1 billion.
$1 billion. That's all you want.
So that would have been interesting had they actually done that. I know they were looking into cutting costs, and that was the main thing. Reason they wanted to do this, they were going to run it completely off external storage and allow you to just buy your own hard drive, whatever size you wanted. The 4 gigs would have been awful. The 4 gigs of RAM, that would have.
Yeah.
That'd have
Yeah,
been-
it would make severe cutbacks on everything, basically.
Well, wouldn't that be comparable to what Xbox One's original specs were? Because not counting the RAM that was dedicated just towards the Kinect.
No, the Xbox One and the PS4 both have 8 gigs of RAM.
Right, but I
But
mean
the Xbox One utilizes a couple gigs. Well, it used to
for Kinect.
for the Kinect, so it only had like 6.5 or whatever. But
Okay,
if
so-
PlayStation was talking about maybe coming out with 4, that would have been a little bit more powerful than the Wii U. The Wii U's got 2, right? This fucking guy.
Give me
Even
caffeine.
hardware?
Do you even computer
Do
stuff?
you even specs?
Do I even spec?
I wonder what it would have cost with those cuts. $279.99 for a console.
They probably would have made more money
Yeah.
if they would have sold them. But I think that would have been bad
They
news bears
definitely
for
did the
them.
right decision of just cutting the camera. That was the best decision to keep the hard drive, upgrade the RAM. It's just going to make it easier in the long run. I would have actually been kind of ticked off if I found out they cut RAM instead of, hey, we upgraded it, because RAM is such an important part of computing at this point. So,
Now he's trying to spec.
respect.
Now you spec.
Respect to my
That's the one
sleepy,
good part.
ate too much state.
Can you imagine the PS4 did come out with those original specs and released, let's say, you think brought it down to 300?
Probably close to it. Yeah.
It launched at 300.
Or it could have stayed at 400 because they could have thrown in the camera minus the RAM and
Well,
hard
idea
drive.
being cheap to make it a cheaper, maybe that limits the longevity of the console from 10 years to 6, but I wonder how that would have done.
I don't know if this generation is going to go on as long as the last one did. The last one was an anomaly.
Yeah.
We'll
Sony
see.
was also saying this week how they were surprised about how many people are thinking that this is the last generation. They're kind of shocked that.
I think it is. I think the next generations are not going to be really generations. There's going to be such a transitional period. I think after 3 years from now, there's going to be so many other people in the same space. It's going to be like not maybe traditional consoles, but games that are maybe be TVs or like Apple TVs or something, or smart TVs that are capable of playing these games.
Yeah, I'm
like
of,
Android systems, but like 3 years in advanced technology that are
Mhm.
comparable to PS4 maybe.
yeah, I'm of the belief that the next PlayStation and Xbox will be streaming only devices, similar to like
Yeah.
a Roku box that never needs upgrading again because they'll just
Yeah.
upgrade server side stuff.
Like the PlayStation Now might very well be PlayStation 5.
Yeah,
Just
Could be another test.
it's just like the
That's case
precursor to
not really a precursor, the actual thing. Like it's just going to transition to that.
because that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You never need to upgrade again because they'll just keep upgrading on
Right.
their side because you're just streaming content.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter how powerful your shit is. It's just a little box that's receiving data.
Yeah.
And everything will be linked to your account, similar to how it is on like iOS or Android now, where you buy something once, you own it forever. It's just linked to your account. So
There you go. Future gaming.
you heard it here first, confirmed. Let's just confirm everything.
It just confirmed.
Exclusive.
Half-Life 3 confirmed.
I didn't read that.
It's because they hid the logo in Luigi's eye in the Luigi death stare.
Good see. More news!
More news!
Cliffy B this week announced his free-to-play game called Blue Streak, and other than him saying it's going to be kind of an arena-type shooter, there's nothing really known about dates, kind of what it's
Oh
going to. They have a
boy,
concept
Cliffy
art,
B's making an arena type shooter. Big
Again.
fucking surprise!
and then he did poke fun of MOBAs. He's like, "Did you people really think I was going to make a MOBA?" Which I thought was great because you're Cliffy B, you're a hero. You gave me a Golden Lancer,
Yeah.
personally.
Kind of a douche now, and he's
Yeah.
making free to play. Nerd.
It'll fail.
I hope it does. And I
It'll
hope he
play
runs
awesome.
back to Epic and makes Gears of War.
The big complaint I have about
Supposed
this is,
to.
Epic's not in control of Gears of War.
to my understanding, they just found the studio.
Yeah.
So the game is not like
It's in concept stage.
yeah. And then they say that they're gonna like be streaming the development process.
Yeah. At times they're going to have it where you can kind of get a tour and they'll update you on whatever.
So this game might not come out for like 3 years.
Potentially.
Like why? Is
I
this-
think because it's a free-to-play game, though, it's going to launch a lot sooner than that because you're not putting out money to actually get it. You can put out 3 levels, 2 character classes, 3 character classes, and add from there. That's, I mean, a lot of games do that where they're in the
Yeah.
free-to-play space.
I hear Blue Streak, and I think of that. What was that? That Martin Lawrence,
Martin Lawrence
movie?
movie with
That was a good movie.
the guy from Shawshank Redemption, Tim Robbins.
Yeah. Anyway, more news. This last week was quite boring, but Sony unveiled that its PlayStation 3, 4, and Vita sales are now over 100 million.
3,
You
4,
have
and Vita
you have
combined.
horrible segues. Like, you should put all the
I'm
Sony
sleepy
stuff
today. I
together.
ate too much
100
food.
million combined.
It's Sunday.
Why
I'm
is that news?
tired. I was on vacation and I worked all week. And what other excuses do you want?
By the way, our console from 8 years ago, combined with our console from 3 years ago, and our current console have now topped 100.
Yep. Interesting way of putting it. You guys think PS4 is probably around 8 million of that, I would assume? Because they confirmed 7 back April. So I'm assuming they're probably at
A
least
little
8.
higher than that.
Yeah, I know. I'm giving it, like, it had to be at least 8, and then, everything else.
Vita counts for 7 people.
I love my Vita, actually. My sister's actually, I think, been a little bit jealous of it when I was playing it on vacation because I had a bunch on it. It was a good time.
Yeah, I think it's just 8s. There's 80 million PS3s, 8 million PS4s, and 8 people in the.
Yeah, it's true.
That adds up to 100 million.
That sounds pretty accurate.
Round up.
Yeah.
Could be 10 million off. I don't know. Someone forgot to carry a 1 somewhere.
Yes. Science.
Matt's
Yeah.
hard.
They forgot to carry the one in the price of the Vita. Overpriced piece
I
of
don't get it.
More news?
I got nothing else unless,
More
other
news.
than,
More
like,
news.
Evo is this
More
week.
news?
No one cares.
If you like Evo, that's going on right now.
Well, they announced Raiden as a playable character. in
Raiden's
Mortal Kombat.
playable character because they were doing
Looks
that
cool.
as it started.
Masa just keeps spanning his fucking teleport and his fucking torpedo, like always.
He's my favorite character, Raiden.
Like always.
I like Raiden.
He's got 3 different fighting styles now. You can switch. One of them is lightning traps. So you put these little orbs around, and then you can connect them together. And if they jump through them, then they get electrocuted. His fatality, when he electrocutes a guy, your eyeballs pop out and they dangle there. It's kind of cool.
Did I miss anything for the week? Was there anything else interesting? I know we have one thing that we're getting to later, but that's about it.
John Cena was announced as the cover athlete of WWE 2K15.
That's true.
I think that ends the news segment.
Daniel Edwin.
We're not doing Jimmy, right?
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna go right into a smaller Tony's Topic of the Week real quick. We've truncated these very small now at the end of part one. So this idea came to me during our last week absence because we had something Jason said
Uh-oh.
the last time we were out made me and Moss talk about something when we were out for dinner at 2 a.m.
Prostitutes?
Yes.
We did talk about
So there's this idea I kind of wanted to hash out with you guys that PlayStation Plus may be bad. It's things like Steam sales as well might end up actually being bad for like how it's making us look at what stuff's valued at.
Yeah.
All right.
This stemmed from Jason saying he didn't think he wanted to buy Little Big Planet 3 because
That's
he
what it
would be
was.
free.
thought it's going to be a free game in a year or two or whatever.
Yeah, that's exactly where it started. Where
True story.
we're now looking at games which are the cheapest they've ever been, and we're like, no,
It's too expensive.
it's too expensive.
Prime example. Have you bought Valiant Hearts yet?
I have not, but I'm going to buy. I just haven't had time yet.
No, it's a new, yeah.
But
Like, we have a new definition of what's a $60 game. Games that were previously $60 games are somehow not worth $60 anymore.
it's almost because this went into a bunch of different routes. How we were kind of talking about like entitlement now, I guess that you just kind of gamers have gotten so spoiled where a game can immediately come out. I'll just use Valiant Hearts as an example, even though I am going to buy that. A little $15 game can come out, and you can look at it and be like, "Oh, that's cool. I want to play it. I'll just wait for it to be free or $1 in a month or two."
Yeah.
Strider, another prime example that they just gave away for free, and that was a 3-month-old game.
Yeah.
They got reviewed really well, if I'm not mistaken. It was one of their
Yeah.
best sellers,
And
actually.
it's not like they're giving away shit. They're giving away good
Yeah.
titles.
And I see people do this on Steam comment sections too, where something's like a $60 game comes out, and then it's $30, and people are like, "I'll just wait for the flash sale."
Yeah.
Where it's like,
You're going to have to clean that up.
My house.
Okay.
Well, additionally, Steam gamers have been somewhat spoiled in general, where Steam nobody on Steam really pays full price for games.
No.
Like, I think even base price is $50 for a lot of games on Steam.
unless it's Call
Well,
of
it's
Duty or
PC.
Battlefield.
PC never really went up to the $60 range for long. Mostly because the only games that do it now are the Call of Duty, Battlefield. EA will usually still do $60 games though.
Yeah.
It's generally just EA
But
and
it's
Activision.
like the exact same game.
Yep.
It usually plays better on PC in general.
Yep.
I disagree, but that's fine.
Well, Steam, like modern PC games, like on Steam, I've never had a problem with a Steam game.
Because
Yeah,
he's not computer illiterate.
no, I'm sure they're fine after you spend 45 minutes,
No,
Downloading
the
the drivers
the pre-stream Steam
and
era,
all with the WASDas and whatnot.
before Steam, that was a bigger problem. I think Steam is like centralized. Anyway,
Not everybody has a mechanical keyboard.
I do. They're great. Get them. Buy 2. Mechanical keyboards are great. That's what you used to use when you were learning to type, basically. They're all mechanical. And then they came out with the membrane one. You just get it mechanical. You'll love it. You'll be like, wow, this is like when I was typing 10 years ago.
we'll start.
There you go. You can try mine at my house.
Do you
It's
even
great.
WASDA?
No, he QWERTYs.
WASD? How you moving?
QWERTY.
WASDA.
KWTER. Or ERTY.
So I think the Humble Bundle also contributes to this too.
Yeah.
Because you pay $1, you get like 5. Like I think there's the Humble 2K bundle going on right now,
Yep.
which we did not announce in the news.
Might be
Bioshock. You can get, was it Bioshock?
Bioshock is one of them.
You have to pay $30 for that.
No, you've got to pay $1 for
No.
Bioshock is the locked game.
Yeah, it's
No. Bioshock 1.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. Bioshock
$1.
Infinite is on it though.
But you got to pay more than the minimum, more than the average to get Bioshock 2, which I think is like $6.
Yeah, it's always around.
And then there's a few other games in there.
There's 2 games that you have to pay
$20 you got to do to get in.
$20 for Infinite, and there's one other game in there which is newer.
XCOM.
Yeah.
Well, you get like 8 games for $20 if you go the
Yeah.
biggest route. If you
Oh
just
yeah,
buy
it's
the $1
still a great
one,
deal either way.
if you just pay $1, you get 4 games.
Yeah.
And one of them is Bioshock. So I mean, if you haven't,
And the Bureau, which just came out last year.
but yeah, like when you look at when did Bioshock come out?
2007.
Okay, that's actually a pretty old game nowadays.
One of the best games ever made, sir.
But when I look at other
Worst in the franchise.
when I look at other, look at Nintendo, for example. They've got, the Nintendo Virtual Console, and they're releasing, you can buy Kid Icarus on the original Nintendo for $5. Or you can buy Bioshock along with 4 other games for $1.
Yeah.
And it cheapens the games a little bit.
And that's not everyone who's doing that though, because like you're saying, the average is $6 or $7, and that's how it is for every one that goes up. So yes, you can get it for $1, but the average user contributes to get that extra 2 or 3 games that they offer for going over the cost.
So, do you guys see this kind of scary for developers that are making these smaller budget titles? Because I know a lot of them don't make their money. There's I don't know exactly what Sony pays to put something on PlayStation Plus, but it's got to be a lot of money because on something older, it makes a lot of sense. Like something like a game comes out and it's going to sell unless it's got some legacy sales because it's a Nintendo title. Typically, 95% of games will sell 90-something% of their total volume within the first 30 or 60 days. After that, it trickles down to next to nothing because the next big thing is out.
Well, I think a lot of that has more to do with not necessarily that the next big thing is out, but
Traders.
yeah, retail,
Mhm.
trades. Because you go to a retail store and you buy it for $5 cheaper.
Mhm.
Nobody's buying the new game, so those don't count. I think that's a big we don't have numbers, but I wish that GameStop released stats.
They do. That's why they offer the bonus if you trade it in within the first 30 days
Yeah.
because they know the second they can get used copies in, people will want to save. It's only $5 if you don't have the Power Up card. If you have the Power Up card, it ends up being like $10
Right.
that you save.
But I wonder what the sales of say Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Well, maybe that's not old, but
10 million?
how many copies of that game sold brand new at GameStop?
Probably about 10 million.
And then how many copies of that game sold used at GameStop?
Probably more than that.
More than 10 million.
Because you
Probably.
keep cycling through them, yeah.
Yeah, the average disc probably goes to at least 2 owners.
Mm-hmm.
And
There was a statistic that I read a while back discussing used games, and it's actually a little bit higher. It's actually like 3.
3.
Yeah. It's 3 or 4. I don't remember the exact report. But yeah, it's...
There's that famous story from a few years ago where Heavy Rain sold like 1.1.
No, it sold 2 million. We talked about this.
Was it 2 million? But
Yeah,
like
that's
4.5 million people unlock trophies.
Yeah.
So that's like 2.5 a person.
Yeah.
But anyway, then you get this new phenomenon lately where stuff like Resogun or just last week on Games with Gold, you got Guacamelee, the Super Ultimate Turbo.
Which
Championship
released
edition.
the week before.
No, it was day in and day out with
The Super Turbo Edition?
with Xbox One. It was automatically. That's what happened with Resogun.
Okay.
The day they launched, they were automatically free with their subscription services.
Gotcha.
So they didn't even give them an opportunity to sell like they did with
I
Strider.
was trying to remember Pixel Report. That's why.
Because Strider might have sold a few million copies. I doubt it, but maybe it sold 1 million copies. And then they got the big payday and give it away to everybody else.
Yeah.
But these guys didn't even get an opportunity to sell that. So these deals that Microsoft or Sony set up with them for Games with Gold and PlayStation Plus have to be lucrative enough where it pretty much financed the game and they made money.
from what I've heard, usually, so if you come out free, you're not going to make as much as you sell because you're giving out for free. But the way you look at it is, there might be a million extra people who probably would have never picked up your game, but because it's free, maybe you have 100,000 of those 1 in 10 people who love the game. They're going to buy your next game no matter what, and they leave it to the fact that the next time you come out with something where it's not a free game, which is exactly, I don't remember what game it was, but they said that we're just doing this in hopes that the next game will make,
Even more?
more people actually want to buy it, because it's not going to be, no matter what, it's not going to be, because they lost money. Well, they don't think they would have made as much if they would have sold it, but this is the only way they can get their name out there because they weren't very well known.
Well, I know Housemarque, those guys who made Resogun, they came out and said that the DLC sales are ridiculously high because they gave Resogun away for free for the first 2 months. It's no longer a PlayStation Plus title. Now you have to legitimately buy it. But they gave it away to so many people, and so many people fell in love with that game. They released the DLC pack for like $3 or $4, whatever it was.
$5.
And it's selling extraordinarily well because people don't mind throwing them a little bit of money now. So there's all these things to take into account. It's just kind of weird. Oh. What do you think, sir?
Well, speaking of Resogun, like if they give away the game free and then they add additional content at a charge, I don't mind as much that spending the money on it.
Technically, that's almost like making a game free to play, though, as well. And now you have the
It's the same
additional
model.
content. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
almost
but
the same
what
model.
I'm saying is like as long as I'm getting the game in its entirety for free. Let's take Valiant Hearts, okay? Let's say I got that for free. But then 3 months from now, they release 3 more chapters of the game for $5. I'd be more inclined to pick up those extra chapters than to not, because I've already purchased the game. But in this case, I'm getting it for free.
Yeah.
I definitely have more inclination to spend money on a free game, not a free-to-play game, but a free game for DLC and extra content, than a game that I purchased.
Now, the other thing I wanted to talk real quick, and then we kind of wrap it up, is the other side of this, which I know I'm greatly guilty of, and I'm assuming Mark's really guilty of it as well. I don't know so much about you guys.
You're just
But
assuming.
when the stuff goes really cheap, this is the other side of things.
Oh, because I'm a Steam gamer.
Yeah, exactly. And I do this on PlayStation Plus or on PlayStation because PlayStation has these flash sales, which are
There's one going on right now.
they're essentially mimics of Steam sales, where games literally go for $1.
Throw like 10, 20 up for
Microsoft's is going
3
on
days.
right now.
Yeah, but theirs isn't as good because it's like $5-6.
Well, like Gears 3 is like $3.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So yeah, I guess Microsoft's got one going on right now too. So you get these things where I'm sure any of you out there who are on Steam do it as well, where shit's just like you never would have bought it,
Yep.
but
I
it's
bought that at a
so
Steam sale.
it's so cheap. You just are like "Pff, whatever. You throw it in your cart, and then you probably don't end up even playing it.
I play for an hour. Actually, most of my games I buy, I play for an hour or less, and I'll never use again. So at least half my Steam.
But you would have
things like
never bought those games otherwise.
that. Probably not.
So there's this whole other side of this, I think, theory where
See,
giving them away this cheap, because even if you, like, say the game's 2 years old and you're not selling any copies anymore, and then you talk 100,000 people into buying it for $1. It's another, even if you're only getting,
$100,000 right there.
well, you have to give PlayStation their cut, but even
Let's
if you're
figure
getting 60 or
PlayStation-
70%,
let's figure PlayStation's just like iTunes. iTunes, when you upload a song, it's $1. Apple gets 33 cents.
okay.
So,
So you're
$60,000 now.
yeah.
that the company otherwise wouldn't have gotten because their game is ridiculously old.
Mhm.
That could finance a studio for another few months. I don't know.
Can't ask him because he doesn't buy any Steam sales. He just memes.
Oh, come on.
Unforgivable.
I had to. I'm sorry.
Like I did it like 2 months ago when they had that other flash sale. I bought like
For
10
now.
games.
Don't lie, you
And then this-
you got 1942.
This weekend I bought another 6.
On what?
The flash sales. They're
Oh,
just
for
games are
PlayStation?
$1. I'm like, okay,
What did you get?
okay. Which one? This time?
Yeah. I looked up.
Um,
There's like 12 games on there or something like that.
I got Dino Crisis 1 and 2.
I saw that up there.
I got fuck, I don't remember.
I want you
Okay,
guys.
so you
Here's
buy-
what. Wait.
You buy the bundles, the humble bundles.
I don't PC game. I
every once in a while.
hate PC gaming.
Okay.
I keep up with them. I check them every week.
Like, let me jump in real quick.
Yeah.
Like, I know Humble Bundle's like the big one, but then like some of these other ones, like there was the other one, a bundle in a box.
Yeah.
Like they just went out of business. Like this is news.
Oh, I actually didn't hear about them going on. I've only gone to their site like once because they had a good sale, and
They used
really-
to stay. They stayed exclusively indie titles, and people say that was their demise.
Probably.
The only Humble Bundles that I personally buy is when it's software. Like
They're always
programs.
They're always software.
No, like programs, not games.
Oh,
they
I
do,
see. Okay,
they
yeah,
do
yeah,
those too.
Yeah, but
It's like
No.
$1,000 worth of programs for $20.
And that's the thing with Humble Bundle. They have a model where I don't know if it's just that they put up. It's probably because they put up games people want. I mean,
yeah.
there's not
Well, they
enough.
got, like this week, they got 2K.
Yeah,
And,
and they had the
THQ.
THQ one, which that one took in so much money. They
they're
take
giving away so many good games.
Yeah, and they take a cut of that. And that's the weird thing about it. You can actually say how much you want to pay them.
You can. I was looking at it. You can say how much you want to pay
The charities.
how much
Oh,
you
yeah.
want to play 2K, or you can put 100% of the money going to 2K if you want.
Yeah.
Or 100% going to the charity, or 100. You can adjust.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
They offer that. They have the suggested values, but
Yeah, no, I always try and give actually more to Humble Bundle than anyone else just because they're providing the service. Everyone else is
I
just-
do equal thirds.
screw the children.
Yeah,
Yeah.
screw kids.
There you go.
I've got a homework assignment for you guys for next week. I want you both to compile a list of the games that you've bought that were from sales.
Dude,
Yeah,
All 100 of them?
no.
Yeah.
I have like a 200 game Steam
that's fine.
account.
Because you can easily pull up your
I'm
Steam
just going to
library
pull up
right
the
in there.
ones that I know I paid full price for.
I own
That's
And
probably like
subtract
a
those from the
dozen,
list.
yeah.
Yeah,
I own just on PS3 over 200 digital titles.
that's fine. That's fine.
Just PS3.
Bring them in, and then after the episode for next week, I'm going to have a scroll go across the screen listing all the games that you guys have.
It's ridiculous.
That's why I'm saying we don't have to name them off, but I'll take the time and put them into a scroll
Okay.
text
Okay.
at the end of the episode.
All right. Any final thoughts on the whole? Is this good, bad for the whole situation?
It's like my final thoughts on it is it's got pros and cons for both. You're going to get games that people wouldn't have normally bought when they're on sale, when they're free, which in turn means that some people then, of course, think if I wait 3 months, it's free anyway, meaning that they're not getting the $15 sale they're giving
Like
away
Tony
for
and Valiant Hearts.
exactly he's waiting
Like
that
Jason
sale.
on every game?
And
I don't play video games.
I think they
I mean,
hopefully balance themselves out in the end, but it's game to game, Not every game is going to it's not going to help them by making it free, or it's going to hurt them more than, having it paid for in the beginning, I guess.
Yeah.
I think with like the Humble Bundle being in existence, that definitely takes a little bit of the sting out of the fact of it, just because there is a charity option there, so that always helps, and that always brings good press for the gaming community,
That
the
and
industry overall.
Humble Bundle actually does have its own like Steam store as well,
Yeah.
which is always has sales too.
Yeah.
For brand new stuff.
Your face.
I think it's just more price options. Like I think we're just moving away from the $60 package game. I mean, I think in a year or two, it's going to get to the point where there's only going to be maybe a dozen games a year that are releasing at $60. Because every other game is, a game like Little Big Planet.
Both of them have been given away for free.
I don't know about free, but then there's going to be a sale right away. Like, oh, buy it for $30 digitally online.
Same thing with their last game, Tearaway, that went on sale a few weeks after it came out. Actually, and was within the first month. It was on sale for I think $10 or $15 off at GameStop and anywhere else retail wise.
It's just gonna be like the EA games and the Call of Duty and Assassin's Creed.
Ubisoft guaranteed every game goes on sale for $40 within the first month.
Yeah, pretty much. But like the day one releases, it's just those big games only.
And I think that helps them though. Ubisoft?
You get a second surge because you get those people who buy it the first weekend.
yeah. You
And
got,
as
you got
soon
the
as shit's
diehard
slowing
people-
down,
You got the diehard
Yeah.
people that don't mind spending the $60 in playing it, And then you've got the people that are on the fence and waiting for it to come $40, and they're like, all right, now I'll bite.
And I think
why
nearly
don't-
anyone who's that dire of a fan knows that I could have waited a month and saved $20 on it. But it's a sense of I get to play it now, and I've been waiting to do
They
it.
should take that to the extreme and say early access.
It's $100.
Buy it for full price. Get the full game for $80 2 weeks in advance.
There you go.
Nah, people would shit all over them for that.
I'm sure there'll be people buying it still.
Yeah,
Wouldn't doubt it.
As for myself, I think it's interesting from the gamer side. It's cool that you do get to experience a lot of great games. You get to save money. I think it helps developers once the steam is gone from their or the wind's gone from their sales. I guess to re-interest some people that may have never cared about the game. But it's also part of a bigger problem, which is what I thought this conversation was more or less going to turn into, but we kind of stayed away from it. With like the age of the internet, this is where me and Moss kind of took it, where people just feel really entitled to stuff nowadays, that everything's a click away from being torrented online, where back a long time ago it was, I don't know, you didn't feel bad paying $15 for a CD. Now the thought of
They're all
spending
$7.99 the day they come out.
what?
Like CDs nowadays, they used to be like $15, $16. All of them
Some
released for like
of them are
$8
like
now.
20, but you can just go
Yeah.
online and get it for free $99 now.
Yeah, free $99.
And with movies, same thing. You know what I mean? You wait like a day or two and it's up online. Sometimes it's before the theatrical release. It's already
There's two very well-known TV shows that are coming out this fall that the pilot episodes are already online.
so.
Such as
Flash and Constantine.
So I mean, it's weird that that's the thing. And people are like, I'm not going to spend $8 to go see a movie.
Yeah.
It'll be free the next day online.
Where the hell are you going to see a movie for $8?
yeah, I wish.
Mississippi.
I'm glad that's what we're taking out of my point. But the same thing is happening with games, I think, where people are looking at it, and I really mean this from the bottom of my heart. Games are cheaper than they've ever been, and people will look at something and be like, $60? I'm not going to spend $60. That's crazy. I'll wait for it to come on PlayStation Plus. So I think it kind of hurts and helps all at the same time. It's interesting. So. Cool.
Cool.
All right, this has been episode of 126. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Catch us next week, same time, same place.
Tony's still a whore.